Hi everybody, it's Lauren Brown, also known as Raggedy Royal on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and now YouTube. And today we're going to be doing the one eyeshadow look, but this time in white. So I had absolutely no intention of doing this eyeshadow look in white. None. But I actually had an intention of stopping the series because we've done all the other colors in two different browns. So I was like, okay, they're tired of this. They don't want to see this anymore. On most platform, people ask for white. So here I am, woman of the people. You know what I mean? I always say influencing is a servant leader position. You're really here to help it. The people wanted it, the people got it. So I'm going to show you how to do this one eyeshadow look in white. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like down below and consider subscribing. Almost 50,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. We're at like 48,000 and some change. Less than 1,500 away from the big 5. Oh, I'm so excited. Thank you, Jesus. And this is usually where I make disclaimers about doing your base and like how you're going to prime your eye. But don't worry, we're doing something very different with this look. And I'm going to explain it all in the video. So let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to start off priming the eyes, but we're doing something different today. So usually I come on here and I say, you're going to need a light primer. You're going to need a white primer to really make sure that that color pops. Today we're using white, right? White eyeshadow. Therefore, I don't want to use white primer because it's not going to give us a lot of space to have those blended edges. You see what I'm saying? If the entire wallpaper is white, then it's going to be hard to have that airbrush blended out effect up top, that diffusing. And you know, that really makes the one eyeshadow look. It makes the one eyeshadow look not look like I just took one eyeshadow and just swiped it across my eye, right? So that's important. So because of that, I'm going to use a concealer that's closer to my skin tone. It's still kind of light, but it's closer to my skin tone. And this, I'm going to use this L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer just because I love this concealer. I use it on the face. I know that it's reliable. I'm going to apply that all over the lid. And yes. Okay, this is exactly what I envision. I'm going to apply this all over the lid. I would recommend using a concealer that you would use as an eyeshadow primer. There's some concealers that you're like, nah, like it's too thick. It won't be a good canvas. It may be too watery. It doesn't really dry down. Not a good canvas. So you kind of have to pick a concealer that is close to your skin tone and would serve well underneath eyeshadow. Yes, okay. Now I'm going to take this flat brush. This is a Morphe M432, and it's a square brush, and really get close to those eyebrows. Because having that clean look up top still matters. Even though I usually blend over this entire part anyway, it makes a difference. It makes things look crisper. I get this question a lot about eyeshadow primer. I'm going to take this flat brush. Now it is a little bit, there's some white already on it because I use it for my regular eyeshadow primer. But this time I'm going to flatten it out. I want the eyeshadow to have a good foundation with as little texture and like unevenness as possible. So I'm going to flat that out, and I can also bring it down onto the face. Speaking of the face, my face is already done. If you want to know how to do my base makeup, don't worry. I have lots of videos on how to do my base makeup with a whole different blush colors, all the things. Usually I come on here and I tell y'all, do not do your base before your eyeshadow. The reason why it's done today is because I think it would be easier to blend the white on top of the base than if we had just the white eyeshadow, we put the base on top, it would get drowned. Like, all the blending of the white would get drowned. So that's why I have my base already done. I don't expect to have too much fallout, and if I do have fallout, it's not that detrimental because it's white eyeshadow. So I think we'll be okay. For the white today, we're going to be using the Sugarpill eyeshadow in Tako, because this is one of the brightest whites that I have in my collection. Let's get started. Today I'm using, for the first time ever in a tutorial, some clean brushes, because we want this to be pure white and we don't have time to play around. Then I'm going to start with this one from Beauty Bay. I'm going to go in to that white shade. I've done a white eyeshadow look before and it's been some years, so let's see. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to start in that outer corner. Outer corner is out towards your ear, and I'm going to be blending it all the way up to the brow bone. So this is the first step. See, when you put it on the lid, like when you go like this, it seems like it's very, very pigmented and crazy until you start blending it out. Then you're like, wait, where did it go? I'm going to be blending this all the way across the lid. So all the way from your outer corner to your inner corner to near the tear duct. And I'm going to be blending all the way up to that brow bone. Now, the brows will get covered. Don't worry. I know the lady who did them. I did them myself. So that means I can go ahead and fix them at the end and like recover them. So I don't really mind if they get messed up here. I'd rather get the blend all the way up there and the blend looks nice and have to like redo the brow than not go all the way up there. Okay. Now this is crazy. I was not thinking about doing white. I wasn't. I honestly thought that this whole, and I'm doing the exact same thing on the other eye, by the way. I'm starting in the inner corner on this eye because I realized on my left eye I just always start in the inner corner with a one eyeshadow look, because it doesn't matter if you start on the outer corner or inner corner because it's the same thing all the way across the lid. But what was I saying? Oh, I wasn't planning on even doing a white one eyeshadow look. It wasn't even on my radar. I thought we were done. We did red, orange, yellow, green, light blue, purple, pink, dark brown, and light brown. So I'm like, okay, this series is done. Although I have enjoyed this series. I honestly didn't even think it was going to be a series because I think that when I do an eyeshadow, well, I used to think before I read all the comments and got all the feedback and saw the DMs. I used to think like if I've showed you how to do the eyeshadow style once, then you're just going to switch out the colors. Like you don't need to see me do it in every single color. Y'all told me to shut the hell up. And now I don't know what I'm talking about. So, got it. Heard you guys. Won't make that mistake again. That's what I get for thinking. Good thing I don't get paid to think. So, yeah, once I made the series, I was like, okay, well, I hit every single color and the brown. So I'm like, we're good. Everybody's like, white, do white and black. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna do black. I don't have the faith in black, to be honest with you. I think that might be a mess. I may do it for a TikTok, like just to try it out, experiment. But I'm gonna come and put it in a whole YouTube video because I don't know how black is gonna work out. But then again, that's what I said about white. So whatever. Maybe I will. Who knows? You see the fallout? It's okay. It's okay. Quickly, I want to do a Lauren Brown brush breakdown. We do this every single video. So I want to show you what the brushes we're using and why. So we're going to start with a very fluffy brush, right? So a very fluffy brush is going to diffuse that color. It's going to be up towards the brow bone. Then as we go down the eye, so going from the brow bone to the lash line, lower and lower, we're going to be using thinner and thinner brushes. The bristles will be more densely packed. The reason why is because these are going to really pack on the color. The thing about one eyeshadow look, and it may be a little bit less noticeable in white, is that using the exact same eyeshadow but with different brushes make it look like it's different colors. It looks like it has more definition. These brushes here are going to add more definition. This is going to pack on the color onto the lid, and this is going to diffuse the color. So here's your Lauren Brown brush breakdown. Now we're going to move on to the next brush. This is a BH Cosmetics 7 brush, and this is a little bit more tapered than the last brush. And we're going to use that lower on the eye. The thing about white is just like when you wear like a white bathing suit or when you wear a white dress, you can see every little texture underneath. Like you can see all the texture on my eye, and that is really rare. Ooh, should I draw something on top of this? The thing about the one eyeshadow looks, by the way, I'm just working this into the crease all the way across. The thing about the one eyeshadow looks is that they're such a good base for other stuff. Like we've done leopard eyes, we've done cherry blossom eyes, we've done cloud eyes, we've done cherry eyes, so many things, just glossy eyes, so many things on the, because it's just such a pretty base. So I don't know, maybe I'll draw something. But I gotta get this done first before I get to drawing anything. And I'm just gonna do a little bit of padding here. The reason why I'm padding is I feel like it's starting to separate from itself, and maybe it's because I can see all the texture. I don't want to get it too, I don't want to blend too hard and start to separate from itself and get really, really choppy. I don't want that. Next, I want to go in with this thinner brush. This is a Morphe M56 or a Morphe M433. Really, they're both pretty tapered. And just really get below that crease. Honestly, I don't even know if we need this step as much as we do with like other colors because the white is kind of doing its own thing. I think the amount of fallout is absolutely hilarious. Now I'm going to take a flat brush. This is a ColourPop E4. And we're going to just apply that right to the lid. And not only am I going on the lid, I'm going a little bit up into the crease. Why am I doing that? So that it doesn't look so segregated. It looks more cohesive. And we'll go back in with the step after this to blend out that harsh edge. The texture is crazy, but the blend is there. I'm going to go with that super taper brush, the third brush that we use, and just blend out that harsh edge. You see how it's a harsh like mound here? We're going to just blend that out. I feel like it is legitimately separating from itself on this eye. Okay, now for the fun part. Trying to see if I can swipe all of this away. I'm going to take my powder brush and just... Yeah. I do want to drag it a little bit more onto the face. Something about every single time, it's the, like when you first put the brush to the face, it seems like it's so white, and then you like blend it out and you're like, oh okay. Oh, okay. This is like Ice Princess, isn't it? All right, now what I'm going to do really quickly, I'm going to pull out one of my lighter blushes and like a more muted blush than what I usually use, and I'm going to just blend out. Okay, so the reason why I'm going to go in with a little bit of a pale pink and kind of like, this is not for the eye, this is more so for the face, and that's because with this white, it looks very stark next to that very bright blush. Let me just show you what I use for blush today so you can understand what I'm saying. I use this wine color from ColourPop. I used this hot pink from XO Cosmetics that's covered in wine now, and then this super hot bold like bubblegum pink, and then my handy dandy orange. Therefore, my blush today is very bold, even bolder than usual. So I just want to give it some sort of middle ground as it goes onto my face. All right, now for the lower lash line, I'm going to go ahead and apply that white with that flat brush. And I don't really care if it's messy because, as we've seen before, it's very easy to swipe that white away. You can take that taper brush and just blend that out. I think this eye is watering a little bit. Fabulous. You can add some more into the inner corner because I always do white in the inner corner, so why not do it now? Why not do it now? And I'm glad I did my base first because I can't imagine trying to do my nose contour on top of this white. Like it would be ridiculous. Ridiculous. This is the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in Hemp Milk. And I'm going to do the white on the left side. Okay, so I did this, like I said before, I did this look a long time ago with the white, and I remember I was like, you could not do white waterline with the white eyeshadow. But I actually kind of like it. I'm eating my own words in the video. I actually kind of like it, and I'm going to do the same on the other eye. This little corner right here, my eye is literally watering. I get a lot of questions like, what do you do when your eye waters? My eye only waters like once a quarter, every blue moon. My eye is watering now because I had to use a lot of like oil to get the mascara off from last night. I had a lot of makeup on last night, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lightly add eyeshadow. And I say lightly because I don't want it to be too much, because then it will start to like pile up and pool, and pray for the best. Like literally. When my eyes are watering, usually I just try to completely go against anything on the lower lash line, because when you don't have anything to slip and slide, it won't slip and slide. But let's go ahead and add white on this side. Adding the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in Hemp Milk. Now at this point you can go back in and fix any step. I'm going to fix some of the blending. The reason why I explain in such detail why we do every single step is so that, you know, you can figure out what you like, what you don't like, and how to reverse engineer to learn how to fix it. Because I'm not going to always be here, you know. I mean, I hope that, you know, you always watch my videos and you come back. But I'm not going to always be with you when you're doing your makeup. Maybe you want to watch, you know, like a musical or something while I was just watching Hamilton. Maybe you want to watch something else while you're doing your makeup. You don't want to watch a step-by-step tutorial. Well, you can go back and just kind of think about what you learned last time. You were like, oh, okay, well, I feel like it is too dark in the crease, and it doesn't look like it is harmonious with the upper eye, like up near the brow bone. Then you can go. My camera cut out. What's new? But I was saying that I always explain in detail all the steps that I do, and it may seem a little bit thorough. You may be like, she's talking too much, but that's because when you go to do your makeup by yourself, I want you to be able to figure out how to solve any problems if they may arise. Maybe you're saying, I feel like my crease is too dark and it does not blend with the upper eye. It looks separated. Okay, well then what you want to do is going to go in with more of that color on that fluffy brush up near the brow bone to diffuse and blend out all the power you have in the crease. Maybe you feel like you have no definition. You're like, I have it diffused at the top and I have it full at the lid, but it just looks one note. You want to go in with those taper brushes to go into the crease with the color. So that's why I explained everything I explained. I did fix my brows off camera, and all I did was just go back over them with a brow pen. And yeah, my eye is still watering. The world keeps spinning. The world keeps spinning. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add just a sliver of black liner. The reason being is that I always add a sliver of black liner when I do my lashes. I'm going to take the Urban Decay 24/7 ink liner in 0, and this is black. And I'm just going to make a thin line across the eye and fill it in. Now, it's thin to me. It may be thick to you. Be like that sometimes. Doing the same thing up top. Just when you back your mirror up and you say, is it equal? No. This one is a little bit thicker, so I'm going to just go on this side. And make this one is a little bit thicker, and that is much closer. Fun fact, the reasons why your eyes even water at all is because they're dry. Like if your eyes are always watery, I would be like, are they dry? So like I said before, I'm gonna just put a picture. I wore a black inner corner liner, black on the waterline, big liner, mascara was a whole thing. So when I took it off last night, I used the oil. Now my eyes are dry. Also, we have a lot of lights in this room. I've never showed y'all. But like, there's a lot. So we're gonna just deal with it as it happens. I'll go back once I finish the lashes and like fix it for the outro for pictures. But for now, just rock with it. Okay, so the lashes are on, and that I'm glad I did that off camera. That was a tussle. That was a fight. These are the XO lashes in Baddie. I'm back to show you how I'm going to do the lower lashes. So this is the Benefit Bad Gal Bounce. And I'm going to go into the lower lashes. And these really matter in this look, because the lashes really breaks up, you know, all the white. And how I do my lower lashes is I'm very meticulous about it. It's a horizontal wiggle, okay? That's going to separate and lengthen the lower lashes and make them stand out. I'm going to be more gentle than usual though, because I don't want to smudge. I usually don't want to smudge mascara on my lower lashes, but especially not with the white background. That black is going to be pretty noticeable. I'm going to just kind of leave, well I do baby, that's it. That's it. I'm going to leave that how it is on the outer corner because my eye is continuously watering. So there's that. In order to get them nice and coated, nice and black and dramatic to match the drama that we have on the upper lashes and just the drama in the eye look period. I'm going to just go over those upper lashes one more time, just the base, so that they're not covered in white and ashy and they kind of blend in with the lash. This looks good, guys. This looks so good. So here is the final look. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like down below and consider subscribing. We're almost 50,000 subscribers, less than 1,500 to go. I think we're at like 48 something. So thanks so much for subscribing and, you know, maybe sending this video out to get other people to subscribe. You know, I appreciate that. Like you can see here with this the entire premise of this look, I take suggestions. So if there's a video you want to see, makeup related, piercing related, hair related, whatever, let me know down below because I do take suggestions and they do help me build my content. Also, you can check me out for more content on the Shorts tab. I posted a lot more looks there. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Threads. It's all at Raggy World, the same way it's spelled down below. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.